This broadcast is under the direction and is copywritten by Champion Sports Radio. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or use of the audio stream, and any and all other use of the accounts of this broadcast without the direct written consent and permission of Champion Sports Radio is strictly prohibited. All rights are reserved by Champion Sports Radio and ChampionSportsRadio.com. This is a presentation of Champion Sports Radio, your home for championship broadcasts.
Game one was certainly one to be remembered last night in this best-of-3 series between the Jags and the Blue Raiders. Going into the seventh, LD Bell with one unearned run on the board. They played two more unearned runs in the seventh as a bevy of Jaguar errors, three to be told, led to the Blue Raiders scoring 3 runs, including 2 in the seventh, to turn a deficit into a lead. Meanwhile, the pitching staff for the Blue Raiders able to keep them in the ball game and keep things going as LD Bell pulled out a road come-from-behind victory in Game 1 of this best-of-3 series. Tonight, the scene shifts here to Nathan E. Danford Field. The Blue Raiders at home looking to close out the Jaguars, but this Flower Mound team has a lot left in the tank, and they're ready to show that they can overcome adversity here in the bi-district round of the playoffs. It's the Flower Mound Jaguars at the LD Bell Blue Raiders. Game 2 of this best-of-3 series is coming your way next here on CSR TV. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome here to the campus of LD Bell High School in Hurst, Texas. My name is Thomas Lee, joined by my baseball partner in crime, the Dr. Alex Derling. We want to thank you for spending part of your Friday night with us here on Champion Sports Radio, and we are about ready to get underway. Blue Raiders, lots of confidence, but Jaguars think that they're a team of destiny. Let's see what goes on. Here's the first pitch. Swung on to left field, and a diving catch is made by Austin Simmons, the shortstop. A line shot off the bat of Connor Wanhanen caught by Simmons. And that'll be the first out here in the first. Blue Raiders have their ace on the mound, Bryce Kidwell, the 6'3", 170-pound senior. 7-2 on the year, a 1.03 earned run average. This is his 14th appearance of the season. 61 innings pitched, has surrendered 40 base hits, 16 runs, only 9 of them earned, 17 walks against an astounding 76 strikeouts, has hit 7 batters, but his whip, a minuscule .934. First pitch is in there for a strike to Skylar Cox. Next one downstairs, and the count evens 1 ball and 1 strike. So Kidwell is who the Jaguars will have to face off against here in Game 2. Another one bounces in, 2-1 now the count. Bell, 1 win away from advancing to the area round of the playoffs. Jaguars in elimination mode here tonight with their back against the wall. 2-1. That one can't find the zone. Low and outside. 3 balls and a strike now to Cox. Lineup is the same as it was last night. Connor Wanhanen, the senior center fielder, led it off. Lined a shot right to the shortstop, Simmons. Skylar Cox at the plate right now, the sophomore left fielder. Batting second and batting third in the on-deck circle. Mitch Andrews, the senior catcher. Takes that one downstairs. Cox works a walk. The Jaguars have their first base runner of the ballgame. Middle third of the order, Sean Weimer, the junior first baseman, will be batting fourth. Batting fifth in the lineup, senior third baseman Tim Millard. And the junior second baseman Noah Hill will be batting sixth. Bottom third of the order, batting seventh, the designated hitter Ryan Sloma. The senior Sloma batting seventh. Batting eighth, Casey Jacobson, the junior shortstop. And senior right fielder Stefan Shimankevich batting ninth. So again, Wanhanen, Cox, Andrews, top third, middle third, Weimer, Millard, Hill, bottom third, Sloma, Jacobson, and Shimenkevich. As Mitch Andrews steps in, and the first pitch from Bryce Kidwell is in there for a strike. Cox with a small lead. He's got a couple stolen bases and limited attempts this year. Another pitch right in the zone. Kidwell attacking, and Andrews down in the count, 0-2. 6 foot, 195-pound senior. Mitch Andrews, .359 average. Pair of long balls and 16 driven in on the season. Outside snap, throw to first. Not going to be in time as Cox dives back in time. Ball and 2 strikes to count to Andrews at the plate. We'll see a lot from this Jaguar team here early. Again, a lot of adversity last night. Some uncharacteristic errors led to all 3 Bell runs. In a ball game in which Blue Raiders didn't have a lot of success at the plate against either Kyle Johnston or B.J. Myers. Today, they're going to have to face off with the third member of that 3-headed pitching monster that the Jaguars have had all season, and Seth Jordan. First things first, they'd love to get Jordan out there with the lead. Runner on first, one gone. Here's the 1-2. Swung on. Foul down the third base line. Sun beginning to set here, still plenty of natural light. Andrews steps in from the right side. Kidwell from the stretch, checks the runner, deals home, 1-2 again, bounces in. Good job blocking at the plate by the future Horned Frog, Zach Plunkett. 2 balls and 2 strikes to count. Gorgeous night for baseball here in the Mid-Cities. Two swung on, popped up behind second base. Center fielder calling everybody off, and he'll make the catch. Mason Peterson retires Andrews on a fly ball to shallow center, and that'll be the second out here in the first inning. And that'll bring up the first base cleanup hitter, Sean Weimer, 6'2", 190-pound junior. Also from the right side against the right-hander, Kidwell. Low and outside for ball 1. Matt Molina is in left field. Mason Peterson, just mentioned him, center fielder, made the catch. And the last ball put into play by Andrews. And Caleb Rose is over and right. Fairly straight away against the right-handed swinging Weimer. Ball hit down the left field line, and it's going to keep going. The go sign is on to move the runner over to third base, and it's a double. Stand-up double for Sean Weimer. The Jaguars are threatening here in the top of the first. And Alex, I don't think there's anything that can help calm the hearts and minds of the Jaguar faithful in an early lead.
No, not at all. I'd say that would be just a great start to this game, especially in an elimination game after the tough way the game went last night. Getting some runs early will be key here.
So Tim Millard steps to the plate. First pitch under the knees, ball 1. Senior third baseman. 6 foot, 200-pounder, headed to DBU next season. But with plenty of unfinished business left in the Flower Mound uniform. Turns on this one, grounds it to third. Up with it is Williams. The throw over is in time. 5-3 ground out. Millard is retired, and that'll do it for the Jags in the first. No runs on a hit, no errors. 2 men left in scoring position. 1/2 inning in the books. Jaguars scoreless. Blue Raiders coming to bat after this timeout on CSR TV.
Stay up on all the latest news about the teams you care about and know when your favorite games are on the air thanks to Champion Sports Radio social media. Either follow @Champion Sports on Twitter or like our Facebook page at facebook.com/Champion Sports Radio, and you will know what time your game starts, who was named Player of the Week, or what your school's alumni are doing in college. That's on Twitter at Champion Sports and Facebook.com/Champion Sports Radio. Your home for championship social media.
Are you studying on your own for the SAT or ACT? Follow My Test Answers on Twitter and Facebook for free solutions to official test questions. Got a question of your own? Send a message to My Test Answers and get a response for free. Got more than one question? Don't worry, we'll answer those too. With over a decade of experience in helping students prepare for standardized tests, the experts at My Test Answers will get you the answers you want whenever you need it. My Test Answers, problems solved.
Welcome back here to the campus of L.D. Bell High School. We head to the bottom of the first. Jaguars scoreless in the first. No runs, one hit, no errors. Blue Raiders coming to bat for the first time here. And they will have to face off against Seth Jordan, the crafty left-hander, signed to play with West Virginia next year. 6'3", 195-pound senior, has been on the varsity. He made varsity starts each of his 4 years in high school. Jordan comes in tonight with a 4-3 mark on the year, a 1.52 earned run average. This is his 10th appearance of the year. 46 innings coming in. He has surrendered 30 base hits, 11 runs, only 10 earned, 5 walks against 61 strikeouts. Has hit 2 batters, and his whip is a thing of beauty, .761. That's walks plus hits per innings pitched, a .761. Very impressive stuff for Jordan. First pitch. Peterson swings through that one for strike one. Lineup for Paul Gibson. And the Blue Raiders tonight, Mason Peterson, the sophomore center fielder, leading it off. Batting second, senior second baseman John Mark Gardner. And the DH, Trevor Ward, in the 3 hole as the ground ball goes to second. Hill over to Weimer, 4-3 on the ground out. 2 pitches, 1 out already here in the home half of the first inning. So again, batting third, the senior DH, Trevor Ward. Senior catcher Zach Plunkett will be batting fourth. Batting fifth, Caleb Rose, the senior right fielder. Junior third baseman Chad Williams will be batting sixth. Bottom third of the order, batting seventh, Chris Adams, the senior first baseman. Left fielder Matt Molina, a senior, will be batting eighth. And in the 9th spot, senior shortstop Austin Simmons, the hero of last night's contest. Jordan just misses outside. And the count is even now, 1 ball and 1 strike. Jordan working quickly, can't get the call at the knees. Now a 2-1 count. So we have Peterson with a ground ball to second. John Mark Gardner now at the plate, the senior. DH Trevor Ward in the on-deck circle. It's the top third of the order. Jordan evens the count 2-2. Middle third, Plunkett, Rose, Williams. Bottom third, Adams, Molina, and Simmons. Curveball misses outside. Count runs full, 3-2 to Gardner. 373 hitter on the year, 19 driven in. From the right side against the lefty. Swings and pops this one back to the screen. And the count will remain full. Jordan ready to work, comes back after it again. Another one fouled back to the screen by Gardner. And John Mark determined to make Seth work here in the first. And Coach Wallace now has come over twice to collect the foul balls over on the Jaguar side of things. Another one fouled off, same location. Typically, the on-deck hitter is the one who's supposed to come over and retrieve those foul balls, but Trevor Ward has not been quick to leave the on-deck circle. Little help there, though. Payoff pitch and a strikeout. Jordan got Gardner swinging, and they're now 2 gone here in the home half of the first inning. Defensively for the Jaguars, Skylar Cox is in left field. Connor Wanhanen in center. Stefan Shimankevich over in right field. A field that's just about the opposite of the mound and Flower Mound, as the first pitch is in there to Ward for strike one. Trevor Ward, 6 foot, 215-pound senior, headed to Southern Arkansas. The designated hitter, .323 average on the year. Turns on this one. Center field, Juan Hanan hardly has to move. Just waits and waits, and the ball finally finds his glove. And it's a 1-2-3 first inning for Jordan and the Jags. They set down the Blue Raiders in order. No runs, hits, errors, nobody left on base. One full inning in the books. We're still scoreless between the Jaguars and the Blue Raiders here on CSR TV.
Are you tired of only spending time as a family huddled around the TV? Would you like to enjoy some culture with your loved ones without breaking the bank? Then let me introduce you to the Greater Dallas Youth Orchestra. The GDYO provides music education and performance opportunities for musically talented youth, but this is no kids' concert. The GDYO comprises 7 different ensembles made up of over 425 talented musicians ages 8 to 18, representing more than 50 communities in North Texas. You won't believe how amazing these ensembles sound until you hear it for yourself. So join them for one of their concerts at the Meyerson Symphony Center or Dallas City Performance Hall. For more information on how to make a donation, as well as a listing of upcoming GDYO concerts, visit gdyo.org. And if you know a talented young musician interested in an unbelievable experience, auditions take place in the spring. Connect with the Greater Dallas Youth Orchestra on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and at gdyo.org.
We head to the second inning now. Still scoreless between Flower Mound and LD Bell. This is game 2 of the best of 3 series. Thomas Lee, Alex Sterling alongside. Right up on the action tonight here at Nathan F. Danford Field. Here in the second, Kidwell will face off against the 6, 7, and 8 hitters in the Jaguar lineup. Noah Hill, Ryan Sloma, Casey Jacobson, as Kidwell starts out Hill with a first pitch strike. .256 average on the year for Noah. That one in there for a strike as well. 0-2 the count. 10 driven in on the year for the Jaguars second baseman. Look over to Coach Wallace in the third base box. Now steps back in, takes a pitch outside for ball 1 of the at-bat. Fans making a lot of noise here tonight. Outside corner at the knee, strike 3 called. That'll be the first out here in the second. That'll bring up the designated hitter, Ryan Sloma, 5'9", 175-pound senior from the right side. Good location by Kidwell here early, Doctor. He seems to be hitting his spots with regularity.
He is, and so you know what? In a way, that's a good thing for Flowerman. You know where he's kind of like last night. If he's going to throw for strikes, it gives you ample opportunity to swing the bat.
.333 average for Sloma on the year. He's driven in 12. Turns on this one, pops it up to shallow center field. The second baseman is actually able to range back. John Mark Gardner with the catch. And 2 quick outs here in the second inning. So that'll bring up the shortstop, Casey Jacobson. 6 foot, 175-pound junior. .282 average on the year. He's driven in 16. Bases clean with 2 gone here, top of the second of a scoreless ball game. First pitch, turns all over it and drives it right where the center fielder was. They had him shifted over in the alley in right center. And the speedy Peterson able to rotate over. make the catch. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Kidwell. The Blue Raiders, as the Jaguars are set down in order. No runs, hits, errors, nobody left on base. Inning and a half of the books, still scoreless. Between the Jaguars and the Blue Raiders here. Game 2 continues in a moment on Champion Sports Radio.
There's a time and a place for everything.
As you'll see, projections for the next quarter are...
He shoots, he scores! 2 points for team middle management.
The office is not one of them.
Jack, can I see you in my office?
No pouting, it's your ball. Let's see what you got.
But Whirly Ball is. For corporate events, team building, and private parties, Whirly Ball in Hearst and Plano is electric fun. Test your skills on the arcade games. Zip around in your Whirly Bug for a Whirly Ball competition. Or play the most affordable laser tag in the city. Learn more at whirlyball.info.
If you're a basketball parent or coach, you need StatGeek, the simplest way to keep stats ever created. Our easy-to-use iPad app turns anyone into a professional statistician, and all they have to do is simply follow the ball. Produce full and accurate box scores and play-by-play reports. Send accurate stats out to your fans, media, or recruiters. It's sports statistic collection redefined. StatGeek is available right now in the iPad App Store for just $4.99, and there are team fundraising opportunities available as well. On the web at statgeek.com. StatGeek, keep your eye on the ball.
And welcome back here to LD Bell. We're scoreless as we move to the bottom of the second inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors for the Jaguars. No runs, hits, errors for the Blue Raiders. Jordan out there to begin his second full inning of work. Face off against the middle third lineup, 4, 5, and 6. Plunkett, Rose, and Williams. First pitch, ball 1. Second pitch can't find the zone either as Jordan's trying to nibble against the power slugging catcher headed to TCU. Zach Plunkett. Jordan starting to get into a rhythm. Plunkett steps out. Swings through that one. For strike 1. .289 average on the year. He's got 4 of the 5 home runs for the Blue Raiders. Jordan's worked him to a 2-2 count. Leadoff man here in the second. Fouls this one back to the screen. Count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. This half inning, Jaguar Baseball brought to you in part by Raising Cane's on Main Street in Louisville and in Flower Mound on FM 407. Raising Cane's loves to support Jaguar Baseball. Their one love is cooked-to-order chicken finger meals along with a unique Raising Cane's secret sauce. Just got a piece of it to stay alive. Count remains 2-2. Raising Cane's managing partner Lupe Villarreal gives back to the community because it's the right thing to do. So if you're looking for ways to raise money for your organization, give Lupe a call at Raising Cane's. 2 locations to serve you. On Main Street in Louisville and on FM 407 in Flower Mound. Good job by the umpire to give Mitch time to kind of shake off that one as it comes off the bat and off the shoulder of the catcher, Andrews. Turns and pops this one up in foul territory, ranging back. It's going to land on top of the Blue Raider dugout on the third base side. So, again, another pitch fouled off. The 8th pitch of the at-bat upcoming here between Jordan and Plunkett. Seth with just 12 pitches thrown in the first. 2/3 of those gets one batter here. Turns, fouls this one right back at us. Big battle here to start out the bottom of the second. Just got a piece to stay alive. It's maybe the first time I've seen 5 pitches fouled off after a 2-strike count. At least the first time this season. 10th pitch. In there, strike 3, and Jordan rings up. Plunkett looking. Second strikeout for Seth, and it's the first out here in the second.
Thomas, we talk about that 12-6 curveball. That thing just completely froze the hitter. He saw him go. By the time he saw the hook, it was too late. It's already into the mitt for the strikeout.
Great stuff by Jordan, and there's one gone here in the second. That'll bring up Caleb Rose, the senior right fielder. 6 foot, 195-pounder. 239 average on the year. No homers, 13 driven in. And he's on base via hit by a pitch. Just the third batter hit by Jordan this season, and it's a one-out base runner for the Blue Raiders here in the second. Did you start to duck on that one, Doc? I don't think we've ever been this close to the action.
Yeah, I'll admit, I got a little jumpy there on Plunkett stuff that kept hitting over here. I'm like, wait, there's a net. I'm okay.
Everybody listening knows what you should do. Protect the camera. That's first.
Absolutely.
First pitch swung on and driven to left field. Cox comes in about 5 steps and makes a catch. Fly ball to left off the bat of Chad Williams. The junior third baseman is retired for the second out here in the second inning. So, after 10 pitches to Plunkett, Jordan hits Rose, gets Williams to induce on a first pitch fly ball to left, and he's sitting at 12 pitches with 2 gone, a runner on first, and Chris Adams, the senior first baseman, stepping in. First pitch from the left-hander, fastball in there, strike one. 333 average on the year, 18 driven in for Adams. Rose with a small lead off of first. Weimer holding him on there. 0-1 swung on. Past the diving Hill into right field. Base hit. First hit for the Blue Raiders tonight off of Seth Jordan. Runners now at first and second with 2 gone here in the frame. And up steps the senior left fielder, Matt Molina. 323 average, and the lone Blue Raider in the lineup tonight that has not hit double digits in RBIs. Senior left fielder, first pitch. Breaks through the zone, catches at the knees before it drops off, and it's strike one. Rose on second, Adams on first. There are 2 gone here. Oh, 1 pitch. Bounces in. Nice job by Mitch to block it and get out to it quickly. Rose thought about taking off from second, but he smartly went back to the bag. Jordan checks the runners. The 1-1. Inside corner at the knees. It's masterful the way that Jordan moves that ball around the strike zone. Now a strike away from ending the Blue Raider threat here in the second. Two runners on. Rose on second. Adams on first. 2 gone. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Andrews will walk over and tag him. Complete the strikeout, swinging strikeout, 2 unassisted on the putout. 3 strikeouts in the ball game now for Jordan, and that'll do it for the Blue Raiders in the second. No runs on a hit, no errors, 2 left. 2 full in the books, and we're still scoreless between LD Bell and Flower Mound. Playoff baseball continues in a moment here on CSR TV.
The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention estimates that nearly 4 million brain injuries occur every year due to sports in the U.S. They also estimate that 70% of concussions go unreported. Not identifying concussions early can be devastating, especially if the athlete continues to play with symptoms. Catching hard hits fast is critical, and that's why you need the Shockbox Helmet Impact Sensor.
The Shockbox is a small sensor that easily attaches to most football, lacrosse, and hockey helmets and instantly sends a signal to a smartphone on the sidelines when the player has taken a hard hit that puts them at higher risk for injury. The free app receives data from the sensor, displays information about the impact, and even walks the user through a concussion assessment. The app also logs symptom and impact data for future medical use. Visit ShockboxDFW.com to learn more about the Shockbox Impact Alert Sensor and determine if it is the right option for your child. Be warned instantly when a player has experienced a head impact that could result in a concussion. Visit ShockboxDFW.com today. ShockboxDFW.com. We head to the top of the third inning, still scoreless. No runs, one hit, no errors for Flower Mound. No runs, one hit, no errors for LD Bell here in the third. Flower Mound is going to send up the 9, 1, and 2 spots in the lineup. First pitch to Stefan Shimankevich. Can't catch up to it. Nothing in one the count. Bryce Kidwell out there to begin his third full inning of work. Surrendered one base hit. It was a double down the left field line by Sean Weimer. Took something off that one. Changeup comes in for a strike, and it's quickly 0-2. Shimankevich, 231 average, no homers, 3 driven in. Takes outside for ball 1. This half inning brought to you in part by Syracuse Sausage, the best sausage in Texas. Get your very own Syracuse sausage at the Jaguar concession stand tomorrow afternoon for Game 3. Swinging strikeout, first strikeout of the game as Kidwell punches out Shimankevich. Or like Doctor and I did tonight, you can check out the tailgate at Road Games. We enjoyed a couple Syracuse sausage, and always a treat.
Oh, it is. It's better than any tailgate I go to, man. It's like I told him I was waiting all day long to get to that stuff.
Lineup resets. Juan Hanan takes first pitch for strike 1. Jaguars want to thank Syracuse Sausage for a 5-year partnership, so don't leave a Jaguar game without getting your very own Syracuse sausage. Pitch misses outside. Juan Hanan, 6'2", 185-pound senior, headed to TCU, so you see him and the catcher Plunkett will be teammates next year. Pitch is downstairs. They're going to appeal. Juan Hanan didn't even come close to coming around, and third base umpire Justin Cooper agrees. .390 average on the year for Connor. A home run, 15 driven in. Also got 13 stolen bases. Turns on this one, back up and off the feet of the pitcher Kidwell, and that's plenty of time for Connor to motor down to first. Base hit to start things off here in the third. Start off the second time through the lineup. Umpire coming out, checking on Kidwell. So a one-out single by Juan Hanan, and now Skylar Cox will step to the plate.
Left fielder Skylar Cox.
Small lead for Juan Hanan. Takes first pitch for ball 1. Cox worked to walk his first plate appearance back in the first inning. 5'10", 165-pound sophomore. .333 average on the year. Swings and fouls this one back to the screen, and the count's even 1-1. Defensively behind Kidwell, you got Matt Molina in left field, Mason Peterson in center. Caleb Rose over and right, all playing fairly straight away against the right-handed swinging Skylar Cox. The 1-1. Low and outside, 2-1 now the count. Chad Williams is the third baseman for the Blue Raiders. At shortstop, Austin Simmons. John Mark Gardner over at second. And Chad Adams is currently holding Juan Hanan on over at first. Again, good eye by Cox as the pitch breaks away. And outside the zone, 3-1 the count. Battery again. Zach Plunkett behind the plate and Bryce Kidwell, the Blue Raiders ace on the mound. 3-1. I had it. I was ready to field it. This brick wall wasn't in front of me. It will be strike two, and the count is now full. Cox digs back in. One gone here in the top of the third of a scoreless ball game. Runner on first. Here's the 3-2. Takes off. Pitches high. Ball four. Doesn't matter. The walk moves Wanhanen over in position. 2 plate appearances for Skyler Cox, and the sophomores worked walks at both of them.
He's been very patient at the plate, and that's something that was key for Florida as they began their late district run there. And hey, get 2 guys on, get with your big bomber at the plate, see what happens. Mitch has been hitting the ball well here lately.
Catcher Mitch Andrews.
Runners at first and second, 1 gone. Here's Mitch Andrews. Takes the first pitch for ball 1. Mitch headed to Sam Houston. Swings at this one down the left field line. Fielded by the third baseman. Has to hustle to get the force of Wanhanen at third and does. Cox will move over to second. Mitch reaches on a fielder's choice. 5 unassisted. And there are now 2 gone here in the third inning. Courtesy runner coming in for Andrews. I'm assuming it's Chad Parris. I can't imagine there'd be any change at this point in the season. A young man with a bevy of stolen bases on the year. Here's the first pitch to Weimer, low and outside, ball 1. Weimer roped a double down the left field line. With 2 outs, that might clear the bases if he can do it again. I don't know if Kidwell's going to give him the chance as he misses outside. That one bounces in. And the count is now 2-0. This half inning of Jaguar Baseball brought to you in part by D-Bat Louisville, a premier climate-controlled baseball and softball academy with 10 cages and a fully stocked pro shop. 3-0 now the count. D-Bat Louisville. You can stop by, tell them you listen to the broadcast. Show them a ticket stub. They'll give you 75 free pitches from one of 3 pitching machines. For more information, visit their website, DBAT Louisville, dbatlouisville.com. Cox on second. Parris on first. Ground ball to short. Simmons up with it and the throw over across the diamonds in time. 6-3 ground out, and that ends the Jaguar threat in the third. No runs on a hit, no errors. 2 left aboard, 2.5 in the books. We're still scoreless between Flower Mound and LD Bell. You're watching CSR TV and listening to Champion Sports Radio.
Stay up on all the latest news about the teams you care about and know when your favorite games are on the air thanks to Champion Sports Radio social media. Either follow @Champion Sports on Twitter or like our Facebook page at facebook.com/Champion Sports Radio, and you will know what time your game starts, who was named Player of the Week, or what your school's alumni are doing in college. That's on Twitter @Champion Sports and facebook.com/Champion Sports Radio. Your home for championship social media.
Hey, what does this word make you think of? Tchaikovsky.
Gesundheit. So what's the word?
No, that is the word.
You lost me.
All right, who's Martha Graham?
She invented the graham cracker. Before her, there was only soda crackers.
Maybe they're not getting enough art. Kids who participate in the arts do better in school and in life. To learn more, visit AmericansForTheArts.org, because all kids should get to appreciate Tchaikovsky's music and Martha Graham's dance. Art Ask for more. A public service message brought to you by Americans for the Arts and the Ad Council.
We head to the bottom of the third inning. Still scoreless here in Game 2 of this best-of-3 first-round playoff series between the LD Bell Blue Raiders and the Flower Mound Jaguars. Bell getting Game 1 last night. Here's the first pitch at the bottom of the third inning. Charging in Millard. A good catch and throw, and Simmons is retired on a bunt attempt. 5-3, put a gold star by that one, folks. Great defensive play by the third baseman, Tim Millard. So already one gone on one pitch, and now the lineup will reset. Mason Peterson taking the first pitch for ball one against Seth Jordan. Can't catch on the outside corner. And Peterson quickly ahead in the count, 2-0. In there for a strike, 2-1. Skylar Cox is in left field. Connor Wanhanen in center. Stefan Shimankevich over in right field. The pitch catches at the knees. And count now evens 2 balls and 2 strikes. He's for West Virginia Mountaineer dealing here. So he starts the second time through the lineup. Ground ball past Weimer at first. Just got under the glove. Shimankevich up with it quickly and limits Peterson to a 1-out single here in the third. Second Blue Raider base hit of the ball game. So that'll bring up the 2-hole hitting John Mark Garner. Jordan from the stretch. Pitch out. And Peterson, extremely fleet of foot, not going anywhere. One-0 pitch from Jordan. Curveball. Does not catch the zone. Back-to-back batters started out 2-0. This half inning of baseball brought to you in part by Point of Origin Design, your one-stop shop for all your apparel, promotional, event, or team uniform needs. They offer a wide variety of imprintable and embroidered products with competitive pricing and quality work. You can't go wrong with Point of Origin Design. Visit pointoforigindesign.com for more information. About to send out a picture here on our Twitter account of one of the T-shirts you can get on Point of Origin Design. Jaguar tailgate crew. As Garner can't catch up to that one, and it's strike one. You can see Steve Hill manning the grill. Dozens of Jaguar fans joining Alex and I before the ball game for some Syracuse sausage and some camaraderie out in the parking lot. Takes off, throw is there in time, but couldn't be collected, and the tag could not be applied in time. And Peterson is safe at second with a stolen base.
I don't know about that one, Thomas. That could just be me. But I thought he had him dead to rights there before he got that foot. But hey, umpire's right there.
Bang, bang play either way. Swung on. Popped up and over our heads and over towards the side street behind us here. Count is full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Checking the runner at second, now deals home. Payoff pitch, fouled off again. Payoff pitch again, fought off, and hot shot over towards the Jaguar dugout. Seemed like
call it a stick save today.
Yeah, it's amazing the roar of approval from the Blue Raider fans there. Great battle by second baseman John Mark Gardner here. Hangs up. Jordan fields it and throws over to first. 1-3 on the ground out. 2 outs now here in the third. Peterson moves over to third base. So very important. The combination of Jordan on the mound and Mitch Andrews behind the plate. Because tell you what, Peterson doesn't need a big opportunity or moment for the ball just to get away from Mitch to come home and score. Luckily, Andrews has been exceptionally good behind the plate all year. First pitch swung on, popped up, foul territory right side, and it's caught by Weimer. So Jordan dodges the bullet as the base runner is stranded at third. No runs, a hit, no errors, 1 runner left, 3 full in the books. We're still scoreless. It's game 2. Blue Raiders win, the series is over. The Jaguars win, we're headed back to the mound in Flower Mound for a 2 o'clock first pitch tomorrow. A lot of work left to be done tonight, though. Scoreless as we head to the 4th after these messages on CSR TV.
Are you looking for a way to promote your business or increase exposure? Do you just need more people to know that you're there? Join the Champion Sports Radio team and advertise during these games. In the last 4 years, Champion Sports Radio has broadcast over 600 games to more than 3.5 million listeners. And Champion Sports Radio wants to help you use major high school sports to reach thousands of local fans right in your community. Think about it. Die-hard fans just like you tune in each and every week, giving your business unparalleled access to the community. It's the perfect way for smaller individually owned businesses to cultivate a core clientele or expand their already loyal customer base. To secure your prime commercial spot during the broadcast, contact Thomas Lee at Champion Sports Radio by phone at 972-741-0334. That's 972-741-0334 or online at championsportsradio.com. Champion Sports Radio, your home for championship broadcast.
Head down to the top of the 4th inning, still scoreless. No runs, 2 hits, no errors for Flower Mound. No runs, 2 hits, no errors for L.D. Bell here in the 4th inning. Jaguars will be sending 5, 6, and 7 batters in the order to the plate. Millard leading things off. Hill in the on-deck circle. Sloma in the hole. Takes outside again, and now Millard ahead in the count, 2-0. Swung on. Another diving catch made by Austin Simmons. His second of the ball game. See, Rob Wanhanen in the first. Now, Rob's Millard to lead off the 4th.
I mean, he and Connor are just going to go, what are we going to do to get a base hit it short? I mean, that was a rope. And it looked like the kid was running, it looked like a slow motion play as I'm looking through the camera. And he just made it look so elegant. I got it.
Makes it look easy, doesn't he?
He sure does.
First pitch to Noah Hill. In there for strike 1. Junior takes that one. It's strike 2. But quickly, nothing into the count. Noah struck out looking back in the second. Now for the second time here in the 4th. Kidwell gets a sign from Plunkett. 0-2 grounded right back to the mound. Soft toss from Plunkett over to first in time. 1-3 on the ground out. 2 quick hits out here in the 4th for Kidwell and the Blue Raiders. This half inning of baseball brought to you by AOS Engineering, a proud sponsor of Jaguar Baseball. AOS is a commercial, mechanical, electrical, and plumbing engineering firm based in Plano. They are registered in multiple states and provide engineering services for multiple types of projects. Pitch is swung on by Ryan Sloma to left field, ranging back all the way. And it bounces over for a ground rule double. Big swing by the DH, Ryan Sloma, as it hops over the wall for a 2-out double.
And just a phenomenal swing there by Sloma. Like, you would have thought that thing was, it's kind of deceiving here the way, from where we're standing here at Danford Field, but that thing just took off. And Sloma's been doing that. He's one of those streaky hitters where he'll get a hold of one, and now he's got the Jags in position here.
Jacobson steps in, takes first pitch for strike one. You can visit AOS Engineering on the web at aos-engineering.com to see how they can help you on your next project. AOS, providing exceptional engineering services without compromising integrity. Coach Wallace wants to put in a pinch runner as Alec Pollock will come on and run for Sloma. So number 4 comes on here in the 4th. Pollock running for Sloma on second. And Jacobson, who has really been swinging a good bat through the last part of district particularly, with a great opportunity here. Pollock in scoring position and 2 gone. Any contact, he's going to take off. Outfield is shifted over a bit towards right. Look back to second. Now the 0-1. Ground ball right back into the glove of Kidwell. Toss over to first. 1-3 ground out ends the threat in the 4th. No runs on a hit, no errors, 1 left. Halfway through the ball game, still scoreless between Flower Mound and LD Bell. Class 5A baseball playoff action continues in a moment here on CSR TV.
Many heart conditions can be fixed, but many of us don't know we have a problem until it's too late. On April 2nd, 2009, Zachary Schraw, a 16-year-old sophomore offensive lineman, died of sudden cardiac arrest, the number 1 cause of death among student athletes. Like so many SCA victims, Zach had no heart issues, nor did anyone in his family. If Zach had an echocardiogram, he might have been able to avoid suffering a condition that takes 10,000 of our youth each year. In his memory, Living for Zachary was formed to try and prevent SCA from taking the lives of youth everywhere. Join in the fight today and stop the silent killer of SCA by scheduling your young athlete for an echocardiogram, a procedure that can detect any heart issue with 99% accuracy. For more information, visit www.livingforzachary.org. That's living4zachary.org, and let your heart be heard.
Head to the bottom of the 4th inning here from Nathan E. Danford Field on the campus of LD Bell High School. Still scoreless. Both teams, no runs, 2 hits, no errors. Actually, Jaguars with 3 hits now. LD Bell with 2 here in the 4th, middle third of the order. Plunkett, Rose, Williams. Jordan starts off the future Horned Frog catcher, Zach Plunkett, with strike 1. They had an epic battle back in the 2nd to lead things off. A 10-pitch at-bat before Seth finally struck Zach out. One low and inside. 2-1 now the count. Big cut on that one, and Plunkett comes up empty. Count even, 2 balls and 2 strikes. In there, strike 3, got him looking. 4th strikeout for Seth Jordan, the future West Virginia Mountaineer. Has yet to allow the leadoff man to reach base here, now through the start of his 4th inning of work tonight. That's such a key. So with one gone, that'll bring up Caleb Rose, hit by a pitch in the second. Takes first pitch strike on the inside corner. Jordan working quickly. That one can't find a home. 1 ball and 1 strike to count. This half inning of Jaguar baseball brought to you in part by Dr. Richard J. Martin, a board-certified oral and maxillofacial surgeon conveniently located in Louisville for over 10 years. Dr. Martin specializes in the removal of wisdom teeth, placement of dental implants, and has an in-office 3D cone beam scanner. He also files most dental insurances, so give his office a call, 972-434-0050, to set up a consultation. Dr. Richard J. Martin, a proud sponsor of Jaguar baseball. Two-two count on Caleb Rose, the right fielder. Curveball right back to the mitt. Jordan fielding his position well. Easy toss over to Weimer. 1-3 if you're scoring at home. 2 up, 2 down here in the 4th. And that'll bring up Chad Williams. Junior third baseman, 361 average. 13 RBIs. This is a good hitting team, folks. Comes up empty on the first swing. Jordan, of course, working the fastball, curve, and change all around the plate. Making life difficult on these Blue Raider hitters to try to locate their spots. They never know which pitch is going to end up where. Curveball snaps in. Jordan a strike away from ending the 4th. One, two, three, 4th inning. 5 strikeouts all told now for Jordan. And that'll do it for the Blue Raiders in the 4th. No runs, hits, errors, nobody left on base. 4 full in the books. We're still scoreless between Flower Mound and LD Bell. Playoff action continues in a moment here on Champion Sports Radio.
Stay up on all the latest news about the teams you care about and know when your favorite games are on the air thanks to Champion Sports Radio social media. Either follow @Champion Sports on Twitter or like our Facebook page at facebook.com/Champion Sports Radio, and you will know what time your game starts, who was named Player of the Week, or what your school's alumni are doing in college. That's on Twitter @Champion Sports and facebook.com/Champion Sports Radio, your home for championship social media.
Are you studying on your own for the SAT or ACT? Follow My Test Answers on Twitter and Facebook for free solutions to official test questions. Got a question of your own? Send a message to My Test Answers and get a response for free. Got more than one question? Don't worry, we'll answer those too. With over a decade of experience in helping students prepare for standardized tests, the experts at My Test Answers will get you the answers you want whenever you need it. My Test Answers, problems solved.
Take me out to the ball game.
We head to the top of the 5th inning, still scoreless here between Flower Mound and LD Bell. Jags, no runs, 3 hits, no errors. Blue Raiders, no runs, 2 hits, and no errors as well. First pitch here of the 5th. In there for strike 1. That one comes in tight on Shimankevich. Count now 1-1 to the 6-foot, 175-pound senior. It'll be Shimmy, 100 and Cox due up here. Shows bunt, tries to drag it out. Pitch finds a home in the zone, and there are 2 gone. 2 strikes called, and 1 ball. Outside. 2-2 the count. Shimmy struck out swinging in the 3rd. Now leading things off here in the 5th, second at bat of the night. Turns, drives this one down the right field line. Nice backhand, and about a step ahead of Shimmy down the line is the first baseman, Chad Adams. 3 unassisted, and there's 1 gone now here in the 5th inning. Lineup will reset, and the center fielder, Connor Wanhanen, steps in 1 for 2. First pitch. Swung on, and that's through the hole in the left side of the infield. We questioned Doctor for a little while if there was a hole over there, as Simmons seems to be catching everything, but a solid single through the left side of the infield gives the Jaguars a 1-out base runner here in the 5th.
He found the key, keeping it low even with that arc. Stayed low enough where he can't reach it with the glove, and he was supposed to be playing a little more into second base anyway this time, so kind of helped the way he was aligned to get it in there, but still another nice hit for Wanhanen.
Time for Skylar Cox to jog out. I love this here between these two coaching staffs. It brings very fleet of foot Coach Gibson out to the mound to talk to his battery real quick. Takes that opportunity as Cox starts to walk down to the third base line. First pitch from Kidwell. That's ball 1. Cox is doing his job. He is getting on base tonight. Walked in the first, walked in the third. Now up for the 3rd time here in the 5th. 333 average, but I'd love to see what his. Let's go calculate his on base after this ball game. It's outside. Throw down. Gets away. Wanhanen is up, hustling over to second, and he is in standing up. Throw got away from Adams at first as Plunkett makes his first mistake of the series. E2. Now let's see if the Jaguars can take advantage. I'm wondering if Cox is going to swing away here. Maybe take. Maybe bunt. 2-0 swung on and popped up. This thing is playable. Third baseman a few steps in. Williams is under it. Makes a catch for the second out here in the 5th. Seventh inning of Jaguar baseball brought to you in part by Texas Sticks Baseball Club, an organization of select teams with a common goal of player development. The Sticks program is designed to help athletes move on to play collegiate level baseball through hard work and exposure by playing at the highest level of competitive baseball. Visit TexasSticks.com for more information. That's TexasStix.com. First pitch. Kidwell into Mitch Andrews. In there for strike 1. Look back to second. Wanhanen deals home, turns, drives it through the infield. It's a base hit. The stop sign is thrown up. And that was a wise choice by Coach Wallace over at third. Mitch put a good swing on that one. But Peterson almost knew where the ball was going to end up, was right there in position to make a play. So runners now at the corners. Paris on to run for Andrews at first, and time called. The Blue Raiders are going to have a conversation. In fact, they're going to get the entire infield together. And Coach Wallace is jogging over to talk to Coach Cisneros about something over in the first base box. I don't think I can ever remember so many conversations in different places. Jaguars normally, Coach Wallace will stay at third and bring the hitter over. I don't know if Wallace passed off something to Wanhanen, who then relayed it to Weimer, who's stepping to the plate, but the junior Weimer, the senior Wanhanen had their own conversation, and the intentional walk is going to be issued. So now it's up to Millard. Bases juice full of Jags. Big opportunity here. Millard digs in with the bases loaded. Wanhanen on third. Paris running for Andrews on second. Weimer on first. First pitch to Millard at the knees on the outside corner for strike one. Base hit through the right side. It is fielded and thrown over as John Mark Gardner retires Millard 4-3. And that ends the Jaguar threat here in the fifth inning. No runs on 2 hits. There was an error, and the Jaguars left them loaded. 4.5 in the books, still scoreless between the Flower Mound Jaguars and the LD Bell Blue Raiders. Playoff action continues in a moment here on Champion Sports Radio.
Are you tired of only spending time as a family huddled around the TV? Would you like to enjoy some culture with your loved ones without breaking the bank? Then let me introduce you to the Greater Dallas Youth Orchestra. The GDYO provides music education and performance opportunities for musically talented youth, but this is no kids' concert. The GDYO comprises 7 different ensembles made up of over 425 talented musicians ages 8 to 18, representing more than 50 communities in North Texas. You won't believe how amazing these ensembles sound until you hear it for yourself. So join them for one of their concerts at the Meyerson Symphony Center or Dallas City Performance Hall. For more information on how to make a donation, as well as a listing of upcoming GDYO concerts, visit gdyo.org. And if you know a talented young musician interested in an unbelievable experience, auditions take place in the spring. Connect with the Greater Dallas Youth Orchestra on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and at gdyo.org.
Lead them loaded in the top of the fifth. We head now to the bottom of the same frame, and it'll be the bottom third of the order. Adams, Molina, Simmons, 7, 8, and 9 due up for the Blue Raiders. Jordan out there on the mound beginning his 5th full inning of work. First pitch strike, second pitch in the dirt, and count even 1-1. 62 pitches now thrown by Jordan through just over 4 innings of work, 44 of them for strikes. Adams swings and pops this one up to center field. 100 is underneath and makes the catch. One gone here in the 5th inning, as Jordan induces a pop-up to center off the bat of the first baseman, Chris Adams. This half inning brought to you in part by Anamia's, a proud sponsor of Jaguar Baseball. Treat yourself to more than 50 menu choices from the classic to the creative Mexican dish. Anamia's is the best Mexican restaurant in Flower Mound and a top Dallas caterer. Conveniently located at 1900 Long Prairie Road, Anamia's is open Sunday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m., and on Saturdays until 10:30 p.m. Everybody goes home happy after eating at Anamia's. The pitch is swung on and fouled up and over our heads, over the stands, and harmlessly lands out of play. 1-1 the count to Matt Molina, the senior left fielder. .323 average, 9 driven in on the year. Struck out swinging in the second. Now finds himself ahead in the count, 2-1. Lefty Jordan gets the sign, is ready to work. Swing and a miss. Count even, 2-2. Some scores from other 5-5A, 6-5A bi-district ball games tonight. Trinity and Marcus at Marauder Field, scoreless bottom of the 3rd inning. The count runs full to Molina. Marauders and Trojans, barn burner last night. I'll tell you about that in just a minute. Nimitz leading Coppell 1-0 top of the 5th. The pitch is swung on and lifted to right field. Chiminkevich is under it and will make the catch. There are fly ball outs here in the 5th. Adams to center, Molina to right, and quickly 2 gone. And that'll bring up the 9-hole hitting Austin Simmons. Senior shortstop robbed of a base hit by a great defensive play by Tim Millard III. Simmons, of course, the hero from last night. First pitch in there for strike one. Can't catch up to that one. Oh, 0-2 pitch from Jordan. Tries to get it on the outside. Good frame job by Mitch Andrews, but home plate umpire Brent West is not biting. Final score to pass along. Colleyville Heritage is a 2-1 lead on Hebron, bottom of the sixth. So Trinity Martin scoreless, bottom third. Nimitz with a 1-0 lead on Coppell, top of the fifth. Heritage on top of Hebron, 2-1, bottom six. 2-2, swing and a miss, struck him out. 6 strikeouts now for Jordan as he sets him down in order in the fifth. No runs, hits, errors, nobody left on base. 5 full in the books, and we're still scoreless. You're watching playoff baseball on CSR TV.
There's a time and a place for everything.
As you'll see, projections for the next quarter are...
He shoots, he scores! 2 points for team middle management.
The office is not one of them.
Jack, can I see you in my office?
No pouting, it's your ball. Let's see what you got.
But Whirly Ball is. For corporate events, team building, and private parties, Whirly Ball in Hearst and Plano is electric fun. Test your skills on the arcade games. Zip around in your Whirly Bug for a Whirly Ball competition. Or play the most affordable laser tag in the city. Learn more at whirlyball.info.
If you're a basketball parent or coach, you need StatGeek, the simplest way to keep stats ever created. Our easy-to-use iPad app turns anyone into a professional statistician, and all they have to do is simply follow the ball. Produce full and accurate box scores and play-by-play reports. Send accurate stats out to your fans, media, or recruiters. It's sports statistic collection redefined. StatGeek is available right now in the iPad App Store for just $4.99, and there are team fundraising opportunities available as well. On the web at statgeek.com. StatGeek, keep your eye on the ball.
And welcome back here to Nathan F. Danford Field on the campus of L.D. Bell High School. Home of the Blue Raiders. Right now we're scoreless between the Flower Mound Jaguars and the L.D. Bell Blue Raiders. No runs, 5 hits, no errors for Flower Mound. No runs, 2 hits, 1 error for L.D. Bell. Kitwell out there to begin his 6th full inning of work. And his first pitch bounces in. Outside, ball 1 to Noah Hill. The 6, 7, and 8, Hill, Sloma, Jacobson due up here in the 6th. 70th pitch thrown by Kitwell. Can't find the zone. Two-0 pitch from Kidwell. Swung on, popped up, shallow right. Second baseman Gardner's underneath it. He'll make the catch. One gone here in the 6th. Of course, last night these two teams, unforgettable ball game. Jaguars didn't trail until the top of the 7th. Simmons, we mentioned the shortstop for the Blue Raiders with the game-winning RBI single. But errors for both teams combined to lead to the 4 of the 5 runs combined for both clubs. Sloma steps in and takes strike 1. He's 1 for 2, had a double in the 4th. Jordan Morgan with the win. Myers the loss. Owen Rake the save. Bounces in. 1-1 the count. Hebron upset Colleyville Heritage as Deloach got the win. Mitch Stark the loss in a 6-2 ball game. 7 Hebron players combined for the 8 hits that they had. The Hawks jumped on Heritage early. 2 in the first, 2 in the second, 2 in the third. Cruise to a 6-2 win for Hebron. 2-1 pitch to Sloma. Sometimes you're not hitting the zone, you're not going to get those close calls. And Kidwell, kind of victim of that mentality right there. Great hitters count here for Sloma at 3-1. on the outside corner for a strike, and the count is now full. Payoff pitch to Sloma. Swung on, driven to right field. Ranging back is Rose. It goes over his head. Ryan Sloma on his horse. He's got the go sign around second. It's a triple for Ryan Sloma. A one-out triple for the Jaguar designated hitter.
And Thomas, you remember he had the big double to left the last time he was up. Just another cannon off the bat. Right fielder had no chance, and this time, instead of the bounce over, gets the triple.
Meeting on the mound, and everybody's coming there. Danny Wallace, I think, is going to lift Sloma for a pinch runner. But what a great swing by Ryan Sloma. He's had some big base hits this year. This is the kind of ball game you get that feeling, Doc, that first run to score in this thing is going to be a huge boost of emotion as the Jaguars bat here in the top of the sixth inning.
Especially with the way these pitchers have been battling, even when guys get on base, you know, they're finding ways to get outs and get out of the inning. But for Sloma, as we'll show here, all his teammates swarming him over here at the dugout. He's definitely earned his keep tonight.
Darren Arnold will come on as a pinch runner, and Pollock came in to run for Sloma in the fourth, and now Arnold is on here in the sixth, so Sloma's night is done. The designated hitter has done his job. 2 for 3, a double, a triple, and he is poised Flower Mound on the edge of taking a lead here in what is an elimination game for the Jaguars. Jacobson steps to the plate. Infield comes in. First pitch on the outside corner, strike one. Think about that Marcus Trinity game last night. 5-run bottom of the fifth gave Trinity a 7-3 lead. The Marauders played 2 in the sixth and 3 in the seventh for an 8-7 victory. Unbelievable back and forth affair. Throw over to third. Arnold back in time. Nice job. Arnold knows that the worst thing in the world right here would get picked off. The 5'7", 150-pound junior. Not straying too far from the bag. That big Trinity rally last night in that fifth gave them false hopes. The comeback was completed by Drew Jackson. A game-tying 2-run double in the seventh, and Jackson ended up scoring the game-winning run in that seventh inning. Had a hand in all 3 Marauder runs. 0-1. Can't find the zone. Ball in the strike to Calvin Jacobson. Michael Pilato, the winning pitcher. Ethan Nichols got the save, and Mark Geisel took the loss. Swung on, foul back to the screen. Ball and 2 strikes to count. Jacobson's playing such a hot bat as of late. He's done a good job of really getting the bat on the ball and driving it. It's exactly what the Jaguars need in this instance. Slight shift to the outfield towards right against the right-handed swinging Jacobson. Oh! 1-2 comes in and hits the helmet of Jacobson.
They're struggling up, Thomas. He watched a lot of hockey playoffs.
Trainer comes out, and they're going to have a conversation with Casey, make sure he's okay. Kind of a glancing blow off the hat. And Jacobson is being lifted for a pinch runner as Ryan Schneider comes in.
Snyder. Snyder running at first base.
Eighth batter hit by Kidwell on the season. Runners at the corners, one gone.
At the plate for the Jaguars, right fielder Stefan Schemenkevic.
And Shimmy will step to the plate. Senior signed to go play at Hill College next year. But he's looking to extend his senior campaign. Can go up, take a big step towards doing that with a base hit here or a big fly ball. Bunt, foul on the first base side. Strike one. Final game to recap from last night. Coppell hangs on against Nimitz. The Cowboys took advantage of 4 Viking errors, scoring 3 unearned runs in the home win. Bunt, again foul on the first base side. Drew Hansen got the win. Jensen Elliott comes on for the save. Scott Balfance, the loss for the Vikings. Oh, 2 count. Let's see if Coach Wallace takes the bunt off here. Sets up outside. It's a ball. Rabbit Med Urgent Care in Highland Village is a family-owned business delivering the best, most convenient medical care to friends and neighbors. Range of services include primary care to urgent care, immunizations, school and sports physicals, and so much more. Pitch is on the outside corner. It's strike 3. Then Schemenkevic is tossed.
I was not sure what he said, but the home plate umpire, no hesitation on that, immediately turned around and tossed him.
The way that Schemenkevic reacted, it's like he didn't say a word, and it could have, part of me thought it might have been jubilation by the catcher, Zach Plunkett.
Well, I saw Shimmy point. I think he was saying, trying to tell him, hey, he was disagreeing with the call, but like you say, maybe not saying something, but pointing in a general direction. And either way, that's a.
Well, now Juan Honan steps to the plate. He's going to be issued the free pass, so he's on base for the 3rd time tonight. Same situation as last inning. Bases loaded, 2 gone. And Skylar Cox will step to the plate. Arnold running for Sloma after the 1-out triple. Jacobson hit by a pitch. Snyder comes in to run for him. He's on second. And now Juan Honan on first. And Coach Gibson, who is absolutely hands down the fastest coach to get out there on the mound I have ever seen in my life. Normally there's a really long, slow walk.
Looked like he was running out to give his kid the Mavs score. It's all right, they're up at the half. It's okay. All right, let's go get this. Come back out.
High drama here at Nathan Danford Field. Cox steps in. 0 for 1, but he's walked twice. A walk would work here. First pitch in there, strike 1. Molina in left, Peterson in center, Rose in right. Chad Williams behind the bag at third. Simmons in the hole at short. John Mark Gardner way over towards first. The curveball catches the outside corner. And that's strike 2. Chad Adams behind the bag at first. 0-2 pitch downstairs. Unbelievable. Wanhanen slid down, thought the inning was over the way that Zach Plunkett acted behind the plate. He thought it was a strike. He tagged Cox to make sure it completed the strikeout. Wanhanen was laying on his back in between first and second. Plunkett didn't throw the ball anywhere to keep the run from coming into scoring. And all hands are safe. It's a ball. It's a 1-2 count.
Never seen anything like that in my life.
Unbelievable. Zach Plunkett, all-everything catcher for the Blue Raiders, headed to TCU behind the plate. Bryce Kidwell, their ace on the mound. Big pitch here at 1-2. Swung on and driven to right center field. The center fielder, Peterson, calling everybody off. And he's there to make the catch. Second consecutive inning, the Jaguars leave the bases loaded. No runs on a hit, no errors, 3 men left. 5.5 in the books, and we are still scoreless. Between the Flower Mound Jaguars and the LD Bell Blue Raiders. Playoff baseball continues in a moment.
Stay up on all the latest news about the teams you care about and know when your favorite games are on the air thanks to Champion Sports Radio social media. Either follow @Champion Sports on Twitter or like our Facebook page at facebook.com/Champion Sports Radio, and you will know what time your game starts, who was named Player of the Week, or what your school's alumni are doing in college. That's on Twitter @Champion Sports and facebook.com/Champion Sports Radio, your home for championship social media.
Hey, what does this word make you think of? Tchaikovsky.
Gesundheit. So what's the word?
No, that is the word.
You lost me.
All right, who's Martha Graham?
She invented the graham cracker. Before her, there was only soda crackers.
Maybe they're not getting enough art. Kids who participate in the arts do better in school and in life. To learn more, visit AmericansForTheArts.org, because all kids should get to appreciate Tchaikovsky's music and Martha Graham's dance. Art. Ask for more. A public service message brought to you by Americans for the Arts and the Ad Council.
Jaguars lead the bases loaded for the second consecutive inning. We head to the bottom of the 6th inning, and we're still scoreless between LD Bell and Flower Mound. Game 2 of this best-of-3 series. The Blue Raiders win. They take the series 2-0. The Jaguars win. We head to Game 3 tomorrow afternoon, 2 o'clock, at the new mound in Flower Mound. Top of the order due up here in the 6th. For the Blue Raiders, and Peterson swings through the first pitch for strike 1. Jordan in 5 innings of work, now 75 pitches, 52 for strikes. Surrendering 2 base hits, struck out 6. He did hit one batter back in the second. 1-1 the count. Peterson, Garner, and Ward. 1, 2, and 3 due up for Bell here in the 6th. Swings at this one, pops it up. Millard tracking backwards, now gives way to Jacobson, who makes the catch. It looks like there's a little bit of a hump there from where the dirt infield slopes out to the outfield, and both Millard and Jacobson had to navigate that and still are able to get the outs. Peterson pops out. John Mark Gardner now steps to the plate, 0 for 2 tonight. First pitch misses outside for ball 1. Shimankevich done for the night. Jamison Hanna in to play right field for Shimmy. 12-6 curve snaps in for strike 1. Skylar Cox is in left field. Connor Wanhanen in center. 1-1 pitch from Jordan. Ground ball. Jacobson up with it. The throw over in time. Half a step ahead of Gardner motoring down the line. 6-3 if you're scoring at home. And there are 2 quick outs here in the home half of the 6th inning. Want to continue to tell you about Rapid Med Urgent Care. They're proud to provide the latest in concussion management through its IMPACT program and the Texas Health Sports Network. For more information, visit rapidmed.com. Rapid Med Urgent Care in Highland Village, proud sponsor of Jaguar Baseball. 2 gone. The designated hitter, Trevor Ward, steps in. Senior takes the first pitch for strike 1. Beautiful curve for strike 2 as Jordan looks locked in. Oh, 2 pitch from Seth. Goes after him. Great frame job by Mitch. Cannot get the call from the home plate umpire.
Might have a riot out here if we're not careful the way this game.
High drama here in Hurst. Pitch knocked down. The count is now even to Ward. 2-2, 323. Average on the year, has a homer. Second on the club in ribbies with 23 to Plunkett's 28. Can't get the call on that one either, and the count goes full. Ward is signed to play with Southern Arkansas next year. Lefty-lefty matchup. Swing and a miss. 7 strikeouts for Jordan. He now has retired 11 in a row. Jordan sets him down in order. 1, 2, 3. No runs, hits, errors, nobody left. 6 full in the books, and we're still scoreless here from Tanford Field. We head to the 7th after these messages on Champion Sports Radio.
Do you need a boost in exposure? Want to reach local, community-minded folks with information about your business? Join the Champion Sports Radio team and advertise during these games. In the last 4 years, Champion Sports Radio has broadcast over 600 games for more than 3.5 million listeners. And Champion Sports Radio wants to help you use major high school sports to reach thousands of local fans right in your community. It's also a way for your business to give back to the community by helping all these well-deserving student-athletes get some recognition for their accomplishments. The cost simply can't be beat for the effect it will have. You get a lot of bang for your buck, and best of all, it provides an opportunity for the best advertisement of all, word of mouth. To secure your prime commercial spot during the broadcast, contact Thomas Lee at Champion Sports Radio by phone at 972-741-0334. That's 972-741-0334 or online at championsportsradio.com. Champion Sports Radio, your home for championship broadcast.
Head to the top of the 7th inning. Jaguars come to the plate, still scoreless between LD Bell and Flower Mound. It'll be 3, 4, and 5 due up here in the 7th. Andrews, Weimer, Millard face off against Kidwell after beginning his 7th inning of work, and his first pitch on the outside corner for strike 1. Brent West is our home plate umpire. Scott Billingsley at first, Ryan Thacker at second, Justin Cooper over at third. 4-man crew here for this playoff series. 0-1, again on the outside edge. The count is 0-2. Mitch, 1 for 3 tonight. Also reaching a fielder's choice, singled in the 5th. Swings and pops this one back to the fence. Stays alive, leading things off here. Andrews had good night last night, was 1 for 3. Single, walk, also reached on an error. 0-2, grounder too short. Simmons up with it. The throw over is high, but the tag was made. What a play by Chad Adams at first base. The ball sailed from Simmons at short Adams went up into the air, was able to catch it and tag Andrews with his glove before Mitch can hit the bag at first. What a bang-bang play.
Oh, you said defense is saving Bell here. So you said the 2 great plays at short. That's another one. That could be huge here for the 7th, the way that one was playing.
First pitch at the letters. That's strike 1 to Sean Weimer. Weimer is 1 for 2. Doubled in the first, grounded to short in the third. Intentional walk issued in the 5th. And now Kidwell ahead of Weimer. 0-2. Swung on through the left side of the infield for a base hit. Weimer's second hit of the day. And it's a 1-out base runner here in the 7th for the Jaguars. Weimer's a good athlete. A lot of the runners have been already used in the ball game. I would expect Coach Wallace to leave the junior out there on the base pass. Up steps Tim Millard. First pitch grounded back up off the end of the glove, and it's going to squirt out into the outfield. The goal sign is on. The ball is bobbled by Peterson, and everybody is safe. Weimer makes it to third. Millard reaches base. Runners at the corners. 1 out for the Jaguars.
Near disaster there for the Jags. Weimer got caught in the middle there. Coach is sitting him, and he wasn't sure how far the ball got out there. Luckily, the center fielder bobbled it and gave him a chance to get to third.
Back-to-back hits here in the 7th. And another fantastic scoring opportunity for Flower Mound.
And Thomas, that shows you what the difference is. That tag at first changes the landscape of it. Instead of having potentially 3 men on base or a run in, first and third with 1 out.
Sean Holhouse comes on at first base to run for Millard. Weimer at third, and a timeout is called. This inning, playoff baseball brought to you in part by Kohl's. You can expect great things from Kohl's and the Kohl's Cares Community Volunteer Program. Kohl's, a proud 5-year sponsor of Flower Mound Jaguar baseball. Coach Gibson jogs off. Kidwell stays out there. He's flirted with disaster the last 2 innings. In fact, 4 times already in 6 innings, the Jaguars have stranded 2 or more runners. And a lot of guys on base. Jags looking to bring him home. Here's Noah Hill. Steps off. Wanted to see if Holhouse was going to be taking off. Weimer stayed put at third as well. Squaring to bunt, got it down, and it goes backwards. It's a foul ball. That's strike 1. Noah 0 for 3 tonight. 5'9", 175-pound junior. Needs to find a way with 1 out and a runner on third to get the go-ahead run home. Squaring to bunt. It's outside. Everybody charging in. Both corner infielders coming in hard. Williams from third, Adams from first. And on the play, because nobody's out there covering the bag, Holhouse took off. He's now at second.
Umpire checking to see if he made a full attempt at the bunt attempt before pulling back.
Yeah, I thought Hill pulled back pretty clearly, but I do like the fact that Brent West asked for help from his first base compadre. Swing and a miss. Swung through that one. 1-2 now the count to Hill. Runners at second and third. 1 gone. Scoreless ball game. Jaguars facing elimination if they don't win tonight. Weimer's on third. Whole House is on second. Kidwell from the stretch in the 1-2. There's the bunt on the first base side. The run scores! The Jaguars take the lead, and Hill is safe at first. Great hustle by Noah Hill down the line, but the squeeze works to perfection as the Jaguars take a 1-0 lead here in the top of the 7th.
Perfect execution there by Noah Hill with 2 strikes. If you're going to commit to it, you got to make sure you get the bat on it, and he did it. The way the ball traveled got a little further out on the pitcher, and nobody was there to cover first base. By the time they got it to him, Noah, good speed, gets to first. Now we got the first run in for Flower Mound.
On a 1-2 count, Coach Wallace puts on the sacrifice squeeze, so much so that Weimer was halfway home by the time that Hill made contact with the bat. Because the first baseman initially had charged in, he had to race to the bag, and Hill beats it down the line, so the situation remains the same. 1 gone, runners at the corners. And now we have a new designated hitter as Sloma had been lifted after being re-entered for a pinch runner. So that'll bring up Austin Wagner. 5'6", 160-pound junior. Wagner from the left side against the right-hander, Kitwell. That's ball 1. Excuse me, that's Parker Scott out there. Parker Scott wearing 14. Swings at this one, failing. Swinging it out and over towards the parking lot. Even the count at 1-1.
Looked like my golf slice there, Thomas. Just keep hooking left.
1-1 pitch. Squares the bunt. It's bunted back to the screen. 1-2 the count. Jaguars looking for some insurance here in the 7th. As we peek ahead to the bottom of the frame, it'll be the middle third of the lineup. Plunkett, Rose, and Williams, 4, 5, and 6. Due up for Bell as the Jaguars have taken their first lead of the night. One, 2. Good swing by Scott. Stays alive, a ball and 2 strikes. Whole House on third, running for Millard. Hill's on first. Pitch is downstairs, blocked nicely by Plunkett. Sometimes you're so amped up in these situations. I thought Scott did a nice job to lay off of that one. He's looking for a ball in the zone and looking for contact. 2-2. Runner takes off. Pitch is swung on to shallow left field. Catch is made. Runner starts to take off, but Whole House has to come back in. Good job by Molina to get that thing in quickly. Fly ball to left, second out here in the 7th inning. So that'll bring Casey Jacobson to the plate.
Now batting shortstop, Casey Jacobson.
Hit by a pitch last time he was up in the 6th. Runners at the corners, 2 gone here in the 7th, 1 run already across. So far, the lone run of the ball game belongs to the Jaguars. Swing and a miss in the first pitch. 0-1 the count. Whole House on third. Hill's on first. Check the scores in the other 5-5A, 6-5A by district games. Trinity and Marcus still tied. Still scoreless, top of the 5th inning. Nimitz has jumped ahead of Coppell 5-2, bottom 6. And Colleyville Heritage continues to lead Hebron 2-1. They're in the top of the 7th. That one may have gone final. And, of course, here at Danford Field, Flower Mound leads LD Bell 1-0 here in the top of the 7th inning.
Great base recognition by Noah Hill there, getting to second base to give it a chance for multiple RBIs on a base hit.
Also takes the force play off of 2 bases as well. Swing and a miss. Second strikeout of the game for Kidwell. That'll do it for the Jaguars in the 7th. Jags do get the game's first run off the benefit of back-to-back-to-back base hits. No errors, 2 runners left aboard. Last chance time for the Blue Raiders. Do they have more magic left up their sleeve? To the 7th we go after these messages. Flower Mound 1, LD Bell nothing. Bottom of the 7th after these messages on CSR TV.
Many heart conditions can be fixed, but many of us don't know we have a problem until it's too late. On April 2nd, 2009, Zachary Schraw, a 16-year-old sophomore offensive lineman, died of sudden cardiac arrest, the number 1 cause of death among student athletes. Like so many SCA victims, Zach had no heart issues, nor did anyone in his family. If Zach had an echocardiogram, he might have been able to avoid suffering a condition that takes 10,000 of our youth each year. In his memory, Living for Zachary was formed to try and prevent SCA from taking the lives of youth everywhere. Join in the fight today and stop the silent killer of SCA by scheduling your young athlete for an echocardiogram, a procedure that can detect any heart issue with 99% accuracy. For more information, visit www.livingforzachary.org. That's living4zachary.org, and let your heart be heard.
Noah Hill has given Flower Mound a 1-0 lead thanks to a bunt single, an RBI producing knock that didn't go very far, but it did the damage. Weimer comes in and scores. So we head to the bottom of the 7th. 4, 5, and 6 due up. Plunkett, Rose, Williams, as Seth Jordan is out to try to finish this thing off and send us back to Flower Mound for Game 3. 88 pitches now thrown by Jordan in 6+ innings. 59 of them for strikes. Here's the 1-1. Swung on and popped up, though. Juan Hanen running in. He's under it, and he makes the catch. One gone here in the 7th. Sitting at Jaguar Baseball brought to you by Flower Mound Chiropractic in the office of Dr. Nick Ponomarenko. Proud sponsor. Office is just behind right center field at 3121 Cross Timbers Road, Suite 100, and he is accepting new patients at all forms of insurance. Visit his website at flowermoundchiropractic.com or call 972-539-2323 for more information. 0-1. Off the plate. 1 ball and 1 strike. Caleb Rose, the right fielder, 0 for 1, was hit by a pitch in the 2nd. Grounded right back to Jordan on the mound. The curveball misses outside. It's now a 2-ball, 1 strike count. In there for a strike, 2-2. Two pitch from Jordan. It's high. 3-2. Payoff pitch. Thought off. Good swing by Rose. Stay alive. Time called. Rose steps out. Now back in. Now we're ready to go. Payoff again. And again he fights it off. Jaguar fans on their feet here at Danford Field. Looking to send this thing back to the mound tomorrow. 2 o'clock first pitch. Just got a piece of it high on the handle. That might have broken off a wooden bat there, Doc, but these aluminum ones hang on tough.
Nearly caught there by Mitch, too. Just right into his glove. Took a funny catch when he went to catch it.
Payoff pitch again. Again fought off. Great at-bat here by Caleb Rose. Senior only came into the series batting .239.
We've seen this from Seth, though. He'll throw fastball, and he'll throw that 12-6 to end it.
Again fought off on a fastball, tailing in foul territory beyond the stands. Well, I thought Plunkett's at-bat was pretty good in the second 10 pitches. This is the 11th pitch of the at-bat upcoming here from Jordan to Rose. And even with those two at-bats, you can put a 9-pitch at-bat to John Mark Gardner in the third. Jordan still hasn't crossed over 100 pitches yet. Long conversation from Paul Gibson. 428 wins, 265 losses overall as a head coach. Three balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Again popped up. This one may be playable. Mitch has the mask off, spinning around, can't make the catch. There was so much spin on that ball, it circled around and around. And Rose stays alive at the plate. Andrews trying to shake it off. Time called by Rose. Now he's ready. So are we. Here's Seth with the payoff pitch again. Swung on and lifted to left field. Ranging back 5 steps. Catch is made by Cox. Blue Raiders down to their final out here in Game 2.
That's a good job of bailing your teammate out. Tough play there for Mitch on the pop-up. Seth threw a perfect pitch to get him to fly it out to left. Now the Raiders are down to their last out.
Chad Williams steps in 0 for 2 tonight. First pitch, foul back to the screen. And that better not happen. It actually snuck through the netting. Well, I hope it didn't happen over here. Take out the computer, the camera, worse me. 0-1 popped up. This one up and over everybody's heads and out of play. Seth needs one more strike to send us to game number 3. Oh-2 high and outside. Two outs here in the bottom of the 7th. Jaguars lead it 1-0. The 1-2 pitch. Grounder down the line at third. Fielded by Millard. The throw across the time and in time. And the Jaguars have done it. 5-3 ground out ends the game. And Seth Jordan retires the final 14 batters in this one as Flower Mound wins it 1-0. The series is tied 1-1. We will have Game 3 tomorrow. 2 o'clock first pitch. Back at the mound in Flower Mound. And if you can't make it out, we'll have all the action for you here on Champion Sports Radio and CSR TV. In the 7th, no runs, hits, errors, nobody left. Jags win it 1-0. Flower Mound gets 1 run off of 9 hits. They do not commit any errors. They leave 13 men on base. The Blue Raiders, no runs on 2 hits. There was 1 error. And only strand 3. Seth Jordan, limited bell last year in Game 1, gets the win here in Game 2. And there's a lot of momentum on the side of the Jaguars as they take the second game of this series to send it to Game 3 tomorrow afternoon at Flower Mound. Post-game show begins right now. Have a conversation with Danny Wallace, the head coach of the Jaguars, final statistics, all that and more. You're watching CSR TV. Jags win it 1-0 tonight here in Game 2 of this best-of-3 playoff series.
This broadcast is under the direction and is copywritten by Champion Sports Radio. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or use of the audio stream, and any and all other use of the accounts of this broadcast without the direct written consent and permission of Champion Sports Radio is strictly prohibited. All rights are reserved by Champion Sports Radio and ChampionSportsRadio.com. This is a presentation of Champion Sports Radio, your home for championship broadcasts.
There's a time and a place for everything.
As you'll see, projections for the next quarter are...
He shoots, he scores! 2 points for team middle management.
The office is not one of them.
Jack, can I see you in my office?
No pouting, it's your ball. Let's see what you got.
But Whirly Ball is. For corporate events, team building, and private parties, Whirly Ball in Hearst and Plano is electric fun. Test your skills on the arcade games. Zip around in your Whirly Bug for a Whirly Ball competition. Or play the most affordable laser tag in the city. Learn more at whirlyball.info.
Are you studying on your own for the SAT or ACT? Follow My Test Answers on Twitter and Facebook for free solutions to official test questions. Got a question of your own? Send a message to My Test Answers and get a response for free. Got more than one question? Don't worry, we'll answer those too. With over a decade of experience in helping students prepare for standardized tests, the experts at My Test Answers will get you the answers you want whenever you need it. My Test Answers, problems solved.
Many heart conditions can be fixed, but many of us don't know we have a problem until it's too late. On April 2nd, 2009, Zachary Schraw, a 16-year-old sophomore offensive lineman, died of sudden cardiac arrest, the #1 cause of death among student athletes. Like so many SCA victims, Zach had no heart issues, nor did anyone in his family. If Zach had an echocardiogram, he might have been able to avoid suffering a condition that takes 10,000 of our youth each year. In his memory, Living for Zachary was formed to try and prevent SCA from taking the lives of youth everywhere. Join in the fight today and stop the silent killer of SCA by scheduling your young athlete for an echocardiogram, a procedure that can detect any heart issue with 99% accuracy. For more information, visit www.livingforzachary.org. That's living4zachary.org, and let your heart be heard.
Are you tired of only spending time as a family huddled around the TV? Would you like to enjoy some culture with your loved ones without breaking the bank? Then let me introduce you to the Greater Dallas Youth Orchestra. The GDYO provides music education and performance opportunities for musically talented youth, but this is no kids' concert. The GDYO comprises 7 different ensembles made up of over 425 talented musicians ages 8 to 18, representing more than 50 communities in North Texas. You won't believe how amazing these ensembles sound until you hear it for yourself. So join them for one of their concerts at the Meyerson Symphony Center or Dallas City Performance Hall. For more information on how to make a donation, as well as a listing of upcoming GDYO concerts, visit gdyo.org. And if you know a talented young musician interested in an unbelievable experience, auditions take place in the spring. Connect with the Greater Dallas Youth Orchestra on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and at gdyo.org.
Hey, what does this word make you think of? Tchaikovsky.
Gesundheit. So what's the word?
No, that is the word.
You lost me.
All right, who's Martha Graham?
She invented the graham cracker. Before her, there was only soda crackers.
Maybe they're not getting enough art. Kids who participate in the arts do better in school and in life. To learn more, visit AmericansForTheArts.org, because all kids should get to appreciate Tchaikovsky's music and Martha Graham's dance. Art. Ask for more. A public service message brought to you by Americans for the Arts and the Ad Council.
And welcome back here to the campus of L.D. Bell High School, where the Jaguars win it in a thriller tonight, 1-0 in Game 2 of this series, sending it to Game 3 tomorrow at home at Flower Mound. Thomas Lee now joined by the head coach of the Flower Mound Jaguars, Danny Wallace. And, Coach, the approach at the plate by your kids was tremendous tonight. 9 base hits, just really impressive against really a top-flight pitcher in the Metroplex. Really got to be proud of the effort they showed.
The effort was outstanding. The approach was great. I mean, what, 9 hits? Is that what it was? I know of 3 line drive outs, and yet we had to suicide squeeze with 2 strikes to get a run in. So it's not a fair game sometimes, but we'll take 1-0 and happily go home.
It's almost like I told you what questions I was going to ask ahead of time. That's where I was going. 2-strike count. There aren't that many managers that are going to go ahead and leave that bunt on for the suicide, especially considering that Weimer, I think, was halfway home before the ball even made contact in Noah's bat. Talk a little bit about what was going through your mind as you put the play on and the confidence you had in Noah to execute.
Well, Noah's as gritty as we have. We had tried some safeties earlier in the ball game that just didn't work for us. They were crashing hard. My childhood legend and the man that I got to be a part of the program, Cliff Gustafson, believed in the suicide, and I was sitting down there going, you know what? We might as well just do it. Let's quit half doing it and just do it. I knew Noah would relish it, and Sean probably left a little early. They could have pitched out, but at the same time, you got to go ahead and try to make a play, and he executed it perfect.
So impressed, and this show of emotion from the dugout was probably as great as anything else. The reaction of kind of that big weight lifted off of what was an extremely tense ball game for over 2 hours.
Yes, I mean, you got a bunch of seniors over here that knew that in some cases they're not going to play baseball again, and I don't think this team has bonded until tonight, and I'm certainly hoping that it carries over to tomorrow because we know we have the talent to do good things and great things. And sometimes you just have to get that niche to get it going.
Seth was sensational tonight. The final 14 to the plate were sent packing immediately, 14 in a row to close it out. I mean, there just wasn't even a chance for Bell to gain any momentum. And even with the fact that they dodged some bullets with leaving the bases loaded and so forth, you guys still fought through, and Seth didn't even give them a glimmer of hope.
No, the old man, we joked before the game down there that, he's been on the varsity for 4 years, that it was his 200th career start, and he just smiled and in Seth's fashion said, no, it's 250. And I knew there would be no nerves. He's had some issues in the first inning this year. We got him out of the first inning, and he's masterful, and he had all 3 of them. And late in the game, we quit calling pitches and just told him it was his choice. And, when a lefty gets in a groove like that with that kind of experience, you just let him go.
We talk about the approach, and it's something that you and I talk about after so many games, what the mindset has to be going up to the plate. Talk about what you think you saw from this team tonight.
Well, Bryce is going to challenge you, because he believes in his stuff, and it obviously works for him. We got him for a whole run. And so we talked about it today that, the fastball's coming, and you got to go up there and get after the fastball. And we did. And just, some of it was bad luck, and some of it was lack of moving a runner. But the approach was great.
How proud are you of these guys for the heart they showed tonight?
Well, I'm very proud of them. I'm 2 years into this thing in this program, and we didn't really have a gut check game last year because the Saturday where our season was on the line hit us. It was such a quick turnaround from the Friday night loss that we hadn't lost a game in I don't know how long it was. And it was easy last year. And then by the time we realized we were bleeding on Saturday, it was too late. And this team is not bonded a whole lot yet this year. And I told them afterwards, I was very proud of them. I said, you came a family tonight. And sometimes it just takes, who knows? Maybe, I told them before the game, I said, every team that has a great year has that moment where they'll look back 10 years later and say, you remember that night? And that's what they were over here yelling all night is, why not tonight? So we'll hope that it is. I'm very emotional about them right now. I was proud of them.
Hey, you should be very proud of the effort they put. So here we go, going to Game 3. The strength of this team coming into the season, throughout the whole year, has been the depth of this pitching staff, and I think that's got to be a big advantage for you guys going into tomorrow's contest.
You would think. You certainly would think. But we know that these are teenage kids, and we're not going to assume anything. I mean, we were 1 out away from winning last night and lost, and when we got the leadoff man out last night, I remember thinking, okay, at worst case, we're back here Saturday, and 5 minutes later we were behind. So I like our chances, though.
I think Jaguar fans everywhere can echo that sentiment. Congratulations on the big win tonight, Coach. We'll see you tomorrow afternoon at your yard.
Thank you. Looking forward to it.
Headed back to Flower Mound, just like you said, right?
Back to the mound.
Back to the mound. And it's a 1-0 final tonight as the Jaguars win it 1 run in the top of the 7th to get the victory to force a Game 3 tomorrow. We'll be back to wrap things up here from LD Bell after this timeout on CSR TV.
There's a time and a place for everything.
As you'll see, projections for the next quarter are...
He shoots, he scores! 2 points for team middle management.
The office is not one of them.
Jack, can I see you in my office?
No pouting, it's your ball. Let's see what you got.
But Whirly Ball is. For corporate events, team building, and private parties, Whirly Ball in Hearst and Plano is electric fun. Test your skills on the arcade games. Zip around in your Whirly Bug for a Whirly Ball competition. Or play the most affordable laser tag in the city. Learn more at whirlyball.info.
The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention estimates that nearly 4 million brain injuries occur every year due to sports in the U.S. They also estimate that 70% of concussions go unreported. Not identifying concussions early can be devastating, especially if the athlete continues to play with symptoms. Catching hard hits fast is critical, and that's why you need the Shockbox Helmet Impact Sensor. The Shockbox is a small sensor that easily attaches to most football, lacrosse, and hockey helmets and instantly sends a signal to a smartphone on the sidelines when the player has taken a hard hit that puts them at higher risk for injury. The free app receives data from the sensor, displays information about the impact, and even walks the user through a concussion assessment. The app also logs symptom and impact data for future medical use. Visit ShopboxDFW.com to learn more about the Shockbox Impact Alert Sensor and determine if it is the right option for your child. Be warned instantly when a player has experienced a head impact that could result in a concussion. Visit ShockboxDFW.com today. ShockboxDFW.com.
Are you looking for a way to promote your business or increase exposure? Do you just need more people to know that you're there? Join the Champion Sports Radio team and advertise during these games. In the last 4 years, Champion Sports Radio has broadcast over 600 games to more than 3.5 million listeners. And Champion Sports Radio wants to help you use major high school sports to reach thousands of local fans right in your community. Think about it. Die-hard fans just like you tune in each and every week, giving your business unparalleled access to the community. It's the perfect way for smaller individually owned businesses to cultivate a core clientele or expand their already loyal customer base. To secure your prime commercial spot during the broadcast, contact Thomas Lee at Champion Sports Radio by phone at 972-741-0334. That's 972-741-0334 or online at championsportsradio.com. Champion Sports Radio, your home for championship broadcast.
And welcome back here one final time to Nathan Danford Field. Thomas Lee here with you. A 1-0 win for the Flower Mound Jaguars tonight over the LD Bell Blue Raiders. It's Game 2 of the series. That forces Game 3 tomorrow afternoon back at the Mound in Flower Mound. What a ball game we had tonight here for you on Champion Sports Radio and CSR TV. Seth Jordan goes the distance in a phenomenal pitching performance. 2-hit shutout for Seth. He hit one batter, and all three were stranded. All that action happened in the second and the third, and then Seth put the clamps on and retired the final 14 batters in a row. Thomas Lee here with you. Alex Sterling alongside as well. And really and truthfully, and it's really interesting to what Coach talked about a moment ago of how they stopped even calling pitches in the dugout. And they just said, hey, kid, go do your thing, because he was absolutely cruising there at the end.
Oh, you're right, Thomas. And he could throw it anywhere he wanted. And that was what threw the bell hitters off was he was going inside, outside, waist high, chest high. Like, he was throwing everything for strikes, and so everybody was off kill. He had several of them. We talked about that knee-bending 12-6 curve where he did it to one, got a strikeout, and the other one, it was a defensive swing that led to a ground out. So he was on, and I don't think nobody was going to stop him, especially after Coach said he's had rough first innings where things are a little bit troublesome for him. But once he got out of the first and got through some of the trouble stuff, he said 14 straight outs. I mean, just unbelievable. This will go down as one of the best pitching performances in the playoffs for, I think, in Flower Mound's history. And like the coach said, this could be a, hey, remember when this happened kind of moment for the Jags.
Absolutely. Seth, the senior headed to West Virginia, improved to 5-3 on the year. That 1.52 ERA, that's going to get lower. Through 105 pitches, had 72 of them across for strikes, and 7 innings of work, surrendered 2 base hits, struck out 7, hit 1 batter, and again, retired 14 straight to close out the ball game. Bryce Kidwell, nice job tonight. Hard luck loser, falls to 7-3 on the year. 110 pitches thrown, 71 for strikes, in 7 innings of work, surrendered 9 base hits, struck out 2, walked 2, had a pair of intentional walks issued as well. 1 run, it was earned, and 1 batter hit. But it all comes down to the sequence in the 7th after an unbelievable play by Chad Adams at first on a hard-hit ground ball into the hole off the bat of Mitch Andrews. Austin Simmons' throw was high, pulls Adams off the bag. He makes the catch, applies the tag to Mitch before he hits the bag. And it was an unbelievable bang-bang play, or else the run probably would have come home to score even sooner. Sean Weimer follows it up with a base hit. Tim Millard with a base knock as well. Weimer moves over to third. Holhouse comes in to run for Millard. So runners at the corners and 1 gone. And that's when Noah Hill comes up on a 1-2 count, puts down a sacrifice bunt right down the first base line. Weimer halfway home by the time the ball is put into play. Noah then beats it out down the line for an infield single. Jaguars take a 1-0 lead, and they would finish it off as Seth Jordan does his job in the bottom half of the frame. Time to look at some of the individual batting numbers from this one. Connor Wanhanen, 2 for 3 tonight, singled in the 3rd, singled in the 5th, robbed of a base hit by a diving stab made by Simmons at short in the 1st. Also issued an intentional walk in the 6th inning. Batting second, Skylar Cox, 0 for 2, but walked his first 2 times up in the 1st and 3rd innings. Mitch Andrew batting in the 3 spot. He was 1 for 4 tonight. Again, that play down the line to lead off the 7th. Absolutely robbed of a base hit there. Reached on a fielder's choice in the 3rd, singled in the 5th. Sean Weimer batting cleanup tonight. He was 2 for 3, doubled in the 1st, intentional walk in the 5th, and singled and scored the game's lone run in the 7th inning. Tim Millard, 1 for 4 tonight as he singled in the 7th to keep the rotation going station to station around the bases in the 7th before that first run finally came home. Noah Hill, 1 for 4 as well. Biggest hit of the ball game, traveled some probably 20 feet as it's an RBI infield single. Hill beating it out down the line, driving in Weimer. Ryan Sloma had himself a ball game, 2 for 3, doubled in the 4th, tripled in the 6th, but was stranded both times. Parker Scott hit for him in the 7th and flew out to left field. Casey Jacobson, he was 0 for 3, but was hit by a pitch in the 6th inning. Stefan Shimankevich, he was 0 for 3 in the contest. And that is the batting numbers. 1 run, 9 hits, 1 bell error, and 13 left on for the Jaguars. Meanwhile, for the Blue Raiders, it's not a whole lot to speak of. This shouldn't take too long. Mason Peterson leading it off. He was 1 for 3 in the contest, one of the 2 hits surrendered by Jordan. John Mark Gardner batting second, 0 for 3 and a strikeout. Trevor Ward, the DH, 0 for 3, 1 strikeout. Zach Plunkett, 0 for 3, 2 strikeouts. In the 5 spot, Caleb Rose, 0 for 2, was hit by a pitch in the 2nd, stranded at second base. Chad Williams, 0 for 3 in the contest, 1 strikeout. Chris Adams, 1 for 2, singled in the 2nd. That was the other LD Bell hit on the night. Matt Molina batting in the 8 spot, 0 for 2, and Austin Simmons batting in the 9 spot, 0 for 2 as well. So You had one runner reach third, one reach second, one reach first. All three were stranded, two in the second inning, one in the third, and that was the last base runner that the Blue Raiders would get as Seth Jordan retires the final 14 in a row to get the win for Flower Mound to force game number 3. Final thoughts, Doctor?
Great game overall. It's a really intense. Both sides were into it. The crowd was insane. And we're back at the mound where, hey, let's see where this depth is. And I want to call it the return of B.J. Myers.
You're calling it right now. You think that's what's going to happen?
I will call redemption for B.J. Myers. I think, like I said, game 1, that was so just inches of stuff not going their way, and the one kid that crushes the ball the hardest out of the whole game just happens to take the game-winning run, and he nearly came in tonight. I saw him warming up, so he was ready to go if something crazy happened. So, yeah, just call that a gut feeling that I think BJ's going to get the ball, and I just have a feeling that he wants it again to take advantage of, hey, you know what? I get a second chance at redemption here. Let's go take this and move on.
You can't forget Sean Weimer, though. 7 no-hit innings, albeit against Denton Ryan, in this season. The last 7 innings he pitched didn't allow a single base hit. He's looked really good, and that's another option. Is there's going to be all hands on deck in this final game of a 3-game series.
Well, we saw at one point, like I said, Weimer's obviously, I obviously don't want to exclude him. He's obviously the big 4 of that group, where they went Seth, BJ, and Kyle, boom, 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 include Weimer in that discussion where if it gets to the point where, you know, like say when they bring Kyle in to cover for BJ for safe situations, if they need an out and if somebody's grooving, that's who they're going to go with.
A lot of options left for Danny Wallace. He and the staff will get together, and we'll bring it to you tomorrow as we figure out who the starter is going to be for both sides. Again, talk so much about the depth of the Jaguar pitching staff. This is a great opportunity to show it in a Game 3 winner-take-all situation back at the mound in Flower Mound. Final scores to pass along to you. Colleyville Heritage beat Hebron 2-1, forcing a Game 3 tomorrow at noon at Hebron. Nimitz a 5-2 winner over Coppell. That forces that series to Game 3 as well. And at last report, it's a 2-0 lead for Trinity on top of Marcus. Make it 2-1 as the Marauders have scored 1 in the bottom of the 6th inning. And if you want to tune over and catch the conclusion of that ball game, you can on Champion Sports Radio and CSR TV. That'll do it for us here from Nathan F. Danford Field on the campus of L.D. Bell High School. Your final score once again, unbelievable ball game. 1-0. Jaguars win it and force a very, very important ball game tomorrow afternoon. 2 o'clock first pitch will be on air at 1:55 from the mound in Flower Mound. For the Dr. Alex Darling, I'm Thomas Lee. Once again, your final score here from L.D. Bell, 1-0. Jaguars 1 run on 9 hits, no errors, 13 left on base. Blue Raiders, no runs, 2 hits, 1 error, 3 left on. Game 3 has been forced, and we'll bring it to you tomorrow afternoon. 1:55 pregame, 2 o'clock first pitch from the new mound in Flower Mound. Bell, Flower Mound. Winner take all. It doesn't get any better than this. For Alex Sterling, I'm Thomas Lee. For all of us at Champion Sports Radio, have a wonderful night, folks. Go ahead and click on over. Check out the end of the Trinity Marcus ball game going on right now from Marauder Field. And we'll be back at you tomorrow at the Mound at Flower Mound at 1:55 p.m. Until then, folks, have a great night. We'll see you next time.